What's up, guys? It's John Carden for Primal Performance Coaching. This week we're going to talk about nutrition. On nutrition, we're going to talk about setting up an environment for success in your nutrition. So what does that even mean? Okay, so you may have heard, if you listen to like YouTube motivational stuff and all that kind of crap, you may have heard like you are a product of your own environment. Well, in a lot of cases that is actually very true, especially if you look into behavior change psychology, all the psychology behind habits. So basically the environment that you're in can trigger your habit. And I've been reading a lot of the book Atomic Habits, and I found quite interesting is they've done a lot of studies where like if you have addictions to say like cocaine or something, taking you completely out of that environment that you're in and putting you in a different environment is gonna like basically completely change your habits and will remove that bad habit. So these people, and they did a study in the Vietnam War, so a lot of Vietnam War people were addicted to cocaine, especially the American soldiers over there with all the stress and the accessibility to cocaine. What they found was when they took these soldiers and put them back into the United States of America, took them completely out of that different environment that they were in, they no longer did cocaine. The only time they went back into that would be when the environment shifted more towards what it was in the Vietnam War. So let's say there was a lot of violence in their neighborhood, they would shift back. Let's say there was a lot of, that violence would be the biggest one because war is very violent and it triggers a lot of emotional trauma. So that's an extreme example, and I'm not saying that we're in that situation, and if you are, that really sucks, but most people in this society that are on YouTube probably aren't exposed to that kind of environment, fortunately. That being said, if you think about it now, so if we're going to talk about environmental stimuli, start to think about, and I know I've done this for myself, what in your environment causes you to want to eat more. So right now with COVID, personal training, I don't get to work a shit ton. Like I'll do about 4 to 5 hours a day, but I was used to doing 10 to 12. So in the free time, especially in the beginning, I ate a lot. I would order a lot of takeout, I would lie down, I wouldn't want to get up, I was kind of depressed. And now it's completely different. But what I did was I always had like snacks around and stuff. One of the biggest things I did was I took all those out. And then another thing I did was I made it more difficult for me to order food. I took off my Uber Eats app. I took off all these other things. And now I still have my Uber Eats app up on my phone now. But like, because I didn't have it for a while, it's made it less habitual for me to go and order food. I might order it once a week now, and that's just for like a treat. Plus like, I do get a little bit bored with like always eating the food that I eat. Not saying that I don't love it, because I actually do really like the diet that I'm on currently right now. I mean, I don't have any carbs, so I would like to add some carbs a little bit here and there. And when the time comes in the next few weeks, I'm going to start to do that. And that's another thing. So I know for me, actually, now that we touched on the carb thing, so for me, I really enjoy carbs. I really enjoy eating. And when I eat carbs, I generally have a hard time controlling it for whatever reason. Also, I don't feel like I don't need a ton of them. The only time that I feel the need for carbs currently is hard workouts. And that's just because I feel like I could do a little bit better with a little bit of fuel of carbs. But I don't feel like I need 300 to 400 grams of carbs like I used to be eating, or even 200, maybe 100, 150 right now, at the present moment. When things get busier for me, yeah, I might need 200, I might need 300. But for now, at the present moment, I just need a little bit of carb, and I'm still holding off because I would like to really develop that habit of not needing it, not feeling as though I need carbs to fuel my exercise. And what this has done is allowed me to feel like I don't actually need them. So it's looking at your environment, seeing what causes you to eat, because everyone is going to be different. A lot of people it is like being super busy or feeling like they don't have the time. Now, you might say, well, what do I do about that? Well, you can still try to make time for things. You can look at like your environment and, maybe you have, maybe you're route to work. You grab McDonald's on the way to work every day. You grab that double, you grab 2 breakfast sandwiches, you hammer them down, and you get to work. Now what if you took a different route to work, where that McDonald's was harder to drive into? And what if you, the night before, put out a smoothie or something and had that smoothie already ready to go and it's in the fridge and you just grab it and then you go in the morning? And then what if you had coffee at home? What if you bought a coffee maker and you had that coffee maker at home? And then you created a morning routine where as soon as you woke up, you go into the fridge, you grab your smoothie, you hit the coffee machine, goes it down, gone. That habit is completely changed. And then instead of drinking the smoothie at home, you drink the smoothie on the drive. So that way you no longer feel the need to grab the McDonald's breakfast sandwich. It's something that I've worked on with clients that I'm continuing to really like work with now and really kind of get into more, is like that deeper psychology, the environment that you're in, how that environment is going to change your habits and make it harder to change your habits. Now a lot of people think that you just need discipline. Now a lot of the times it's like, it's avoidance of situations that are going to make you do something that's a quote unquote bad habit for you. So like I said, that's why for me the ketogenic diet or the carnivore diet or the low carb diet is very good for me, because it's allowing me to be in a situation where I don't have to have willpower against carbs. I just have to do it, because what they've learned with habit change and habit correction is that if you put yourself in a situation enough times, you're going to do that habit, and then it will start to become habitual. So no one has more discipline than another person. That being said, I think you can build your discipline up a little bit more, and I think some people do need to build the discipline bone. But at the same time, we don't really have much more discipline than the next person. The thing is, some people are put in situations or environments that make them more susceptible to do these habits. And basically, if you're around that, eventually you're going to succumb to that habit. So looking at your environment, seeing what things kind of trigger and cause you to do a certain thing is a huge thing and a huge way to move forward with your health and your lifestyle and your nutrition. And I think for a lot of people spending a lot of time at home right now, I think it would be a great time to assess that environment and see what you can do to improve it. So I hope this helps some people. I know it's not my traditional nutrition talk, but I think it's very important, and I'm going to start doing a lot more of this stuff because I feel like it will bring more value to